Would I be the butthole if I got my little sister's college scholarship revoked? I, 21M, have been an avid writer my entire life. I have written 3 full-length novels that I'm almost perpetually reworking and a book of short stories all set within the same universe. I've been working on this universe and the characters within it since I was 13, and it is all very personal to me. This week, I found out that my younger sister, female, 17, won a massive scholarship by submitting one of my short stories. I would have been upset regardless of which story she'd taken, but she happened to pick one based around my experience feeling othered because of my autism. My sister is not autistic and has actually bullied me for my autistic traits in the past, so the fact that this was the story she picked to steal from me almost feels like an attack. In addition to submitting the story, she also had to write about what inspired her to write the piece, and even thinking about what she must have made up makes my blood boil. My parents are currently struggling for money, and this scholarship would pay for almost her entire first year. Both my parents know what my sister did, and they have both asked me to just let it slide because my sister having this scholarship is helping our family out a lot. They were also worried that the school my sister has been accepted to might find out and rescind her admission. They're both using the excuse that she is just a little girl who made a dumb mistake and that it would be petty and over the top for me, an adult man, to hurt her future over it. I don't want to hurt my parents financially, I don't even really want to hurt my sister, but I don't want her to have this scholarship. I have all the proof that she is not the real author of the story, but would I be the butthole if I actually sent it in? Should I just let it go for the benefit of my family? Too long, didn't read. My little sister submitted a very personal short story I wrote and won a massive college scholarship for it. My parents want me to stay quiet about her plagiarism because of their financial issues. I don't want to hurt my parents financially, I don't even really want to hurt my sister, but I don't want her to have this scholarship. Not the butthole, but you can't have all 3 of those things at the same time. Make your choice and the consequences will follow. This sucks as happened, but you are going to have to make a choice. I would suggest start securing your stories in some way. If they are on a PC or flash drive, password protect the files. If they are on paper, move them to the PC and password protect the files. Also, original poster, it's time to start sending out the story she stole from you for publication. She's proven that it's ready to be published, so publish it and any other work she had access to, and make damn sure she doesn't have access to anything more you write. Thanks for all the awards, you guys. Do this original poster. Then send the published book to said university as a donation and let whatever happens happen. I work in university admissions, and I can tell you that unless you very explicitly spell out why you are sending us this book, we will all be slightly puzzled and absolutely no one will make the connection. However, someone will probably read it because we are all big nerds. As nice a fantasy that this is, original poster should probably be making the plagiarism accusation before trying to publish that work in any other way, or original poster may be accused of plagiarism. Hardly. She's proven it's worthy of getting a 1-year scholarship at a college, very different from being publication quality. With no disrespect to original poster's writing, which is clearly above average, the quality of writing in college submissions is, well, what you might expect from 17-year-olds in a state education system which doesn't give them much individual support. Submissions range from well-written and interesting to utter dross, but it's extremely rare for a submission to be of a standard that you'd think it might stand a chance of being published. Original poster has a very difficult choice ahead of him, and he also needs to investigate the consequences of her plagiarism on his ability to publish this story. Publishers won't touch a story where there's a question over the ownership of the IP, which if sister goes unchecked there potentially is. However, your advice is wide of the mark, and acceptance by a college is no indication of whether or not it's of publication quality, especially given it wasn't even a full scholarship. He can, though, as I wrote in my other comment, original poster, you don't have to report her to the school. If she agrees to turn down the scholarship and withdraw from the school, you can agree to not report her. But you will report her if she doesn't. It's a good compromise if you don't want to hurt her. And as for not hurting your parents, point out to them that actions must have consequences and that they should not contribute to the education of a cheater. ETA, the more I think about this, the more I like this solution. She deserves consequences, but you can be the one to impose them. She must withdraw her applications from all the schools she applied to, turn down the scholarship, and tell them there's a family crisis, B/C there is, and she won't be able to use the scholarship. Then she settles down at home for a year, gets a full-time job or two, and keeps her intellect sharp by taking a couple of community college classes. She saves up everything for college. She can then reapply to colleges, but she must show you every single one of her applications, which you will then seal up and send yourself. If she does all of this, then you won't report her. If she skips even a single step, you report her and end her career before it starts. Ada 2. I also just realized, she's not only stealing his work, she's stealing his disability. She used his work to claim that she is on the autism spectrum, and likely will have accommodations offered to her if she goes to this school. If the accommodations make her work easier, who here believes she won't take them? Also remember that she is stealing the scholarship from someone else who actually did their work. I think this is the message a lot of folks in this subreddit miss. Original poster would be morally right, but it's going to massively change the family dynamic for the foreseeable future. As long as they understand the consequences, go ahead. WIBTA, but understand this decision will likely come with consequences. It will impact your family financials, is likely to get your sister kicked out. Most schools have pretty firm plagiarism policies, and it will absolutely impact your relationship with all of them. Your sister has poor ethics, and she should learn, but you'll likely bear a piece of that cost. Good luck. I would be pretty angry if this situation happened to me. This is something that I would be furious at my sibling for, and it would hurt our relationship a lot. I don't think I would say anything though. Getting your sibling kicked out of the school she is hoping to attend and losing a scholarship while your parents are helping pay for school will certainly damage your relationship with your parents. Original poster is completely in the right, but it might be a better idea not to say anything, at least for now. If original poster decided to try to get their work published, that changes the story, and at that point, original poster should be honest and expose the sibling. I don't really think whether or not original poster seeking publication for this story changes things at all. If someone submitted a piece of art that was in no way a reflection of their creativity and artistic ability, they don't deserve to get credit for it, period. It will also become abundantly clear once she's in school that she isn't the author and that scholarship should go to someone who actually earned it. Sister has essentially stolen the option to publish as well. It doesn't matter if original poster intended, he now doesn't have that choice. If he published, the school would find out about sister, or original poster would get accused of stealing his own work. Not to mention, original poster can now never submit this piece in higher education because it will be checked for plagiarism. Furthermore, this is an emotional piece. It is meaningful to original poster and it is literally a part of him. His sister has essentially taken a chapter from a memoir and claimed it as her own. Even if it wasn't, his sister doesn't deserve to take credit for it. Writing is not easy. Writing something that is actually good is even harder. I've written nonfiction pieces for a class before and I would be devastated if anyone claimed them as their own. Those are my memories and my feelings, and they belong to me. Original poster, not the butthole. Give your parents a heads up if you want and notify the school. Your sister bullied you for being autistic and then used your autism for her own gain. You don't want to hurt her, but she's stolen from you and disrespected you. Any college-age person knows this is wrong. Edit. I saw this suggestion below, and now that I'm not full scorched earth over this, you could also have a family sit down and explain you won't tolerate this. Sister can apply to different schools not using your work and you won't report it. However, there's a chance your work is already in a database under her name. I'd reach out to someone at the school to find out, but be a little vague if you don't want sister to get in trouble. I still think you should report it, she needs to learn. Edit. Misgendered original poster, I'm sorry. Edit. I've never gotten so many awards before. Thank you guys so much. Heart. It will also become abundantly clear once she's in school that she isn't the author and that scholarship should go to someone who actually earned it. I think this is important and is missing from the conversation. There is another injured party here, the unknown person who would have got the scholarship, had original poster's sister not cheated. It's easy to forget them, because they are not in the story, and no one can identify them, but they are the one who is hurt the most by this. Original poster's sister stole something valuable from them, and they don't even know. I'd also like to add, your sister can apply for student loans like the rest of us. It sucks, but it's better than cheating. Also, this could be interpreted as a form of collusion, since he knows she used his writing, and if it came out later, the university might decide they are both liable for the plagiarism. Potentially, he could be seen as helping her commit fraud by allowing her to pass it off as her own. So he could get in trouble too. I know he didn't let her on purpose, but students have been disciplined for collusion because a classmate copied their work without them knowing. Honestly, if I was original poster, I would send that work to be published ASAP. It's obviously good enough to be published. Hold on to that proof that it is yours. Let the lie unravel itself and have evidence you didn't give it to her. Egg intention to publish it yourself. She should decline the scholarship. She can say that on further reflection she has realized many of her words were heavily inspired by your works and that she cannot accept an award for it. She should absolutely not admit it is actually your work. You should absolutely not admit it is your work unless you were planning to publish this work. Doing either will mean she is thrown out of college and that no others will take her. She should take a gap year to do community college and get her prereqs out of the way while she saves money to attend next year. ETA if you wreak your family to prove a point, or she takes a merit award she didn't earn and your parents allow it. This is the ideal answer for original poster. The consequences for your sister if the plagiarism is discovered could be much worse than declining the scholarship now. The consequences for yourself if she is allowed to continue with the scholarship could potentially ruin a career as a writer. Have your sister and parents read her university's policy on plagiarism and academic theft. It is likely expulsion and marks on any transcripts provided to other schools. Hopefully that will wake them all up to the seriousness of what she has done. Give the choice to decline the scholarship to your sister and parents, or you will report her to protect your own interests. Not the butthole. You're right. Her plagiarism has stolen the scholarship from its rightful recipient. And things like that will usually come out publicly at some point. You can get in front of it now, and minimize the consequences. Or your family can turn a blind eye and maybe become the next Lori Loughlin years down the road after the damage has all been done. It's messed up that your family has put you into this situation. But, here you are. Integrity versus family, your choice. It doesn't help that when someone gets a scholarship based on a lie, or plagiarism, colleges have in the past sought restitution for any money provided as part of the scholarship. They've been known to go to court over it. So the parents would likely still be on the hook for paying. What's more, if she gets kicked out of a college for plagiarism, no other college is likely to accept her. And plagiarists rarely do it just once. If the sister doesn't turn down the scholarship, she has learned the wrong lesson. Not the butthole. If you ever want to publish this essay having been seen by someone else with your sister's name on it could be a problem for you. She made her bed by cheating. She can deal with the consequences. Yes. This was my thought. Not the butthole. Not the butthole, and you should notify the college. Another person, truly deserving of a scholarship, lost out on it to your sister, and the scholarship should go to them. I agree. I feel bad for the deserving candidate. Not the butthole. What's your sister going to do to keep up the writing? Steal more of your stuff? Well, this isn't really the issue of would you be the butthole, which technically I think you would not. So not the butthole, I guess. She took that scholarship from someone who wrote their story themselves and wasn't as good as you are. But regardless, your family will think of you as in butthole. You're going to hurt your parents with this too. So I would suggest speaking to your parents. Maybe a different kind of punishment would be okay with you. Ultimately, it is your decision. The family should be seeing his sister as TA. She stole and committed a crime. She took the scholarship from someone else. She didn't work and prepare for her college tuition. All the fallout is on her. The parents should support original poster in turning her in. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.